We so rich now, they gon' hate us. It don't matter though, cause we are the greatest. Rocket ship, spaceship out the equator. All you had to do was get a bag, it could've saved ya. You can't shake this, stuffing bags, been patient. Batman staking, Bagman waiting. I got other coins, I diversified. Watch when them rockets burst and fly. Watch when them weekends hurt and die. My moon bags, they all moonified. Shout out to Bearable Guy. They flipped the switch, it went dark to light. When that fire seeped in, I bet it burned your eyes. Like 1, 2, 3, open up your eyes. While you look surprised, rockets in the sky. And them haters blind, they all left behind. Sad to your fam, they didn't make the climb. They had all the bags, they didn't make the rise. They acted like they had it, snakes in the skies. Now watch when we escape in the sky. We so rich now, they gon' hate us. It don't matter though, cause we are the greatest. Rocket ship, spaceship out the equator. All you had to do was get a bag, it could've saved ya. We just
Thanks for that once again, XRP Bags on the set. That's right, you guys already know. It's me, the sensei, here at Tech Fool, once again here to educate you in the principle of compound interest, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome once again to this journey, on my journey as well. Thanks for joining me on my journey. So yes, we are here for cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen. And you already know that cryptocurrency is the final frontier. And we are all the voyagers of the Starship Compound Interest. Our 5-year mission to 2030 is to have the bravery and the courage to explore strange new platforms, to seek out new ways of making money, and new friends to boldly go where traditional finance has never gone before, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, we are going to begin with the end in mind. Where does that come from? That actually comes from the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You should read it sometime. And that's one of the 7 principles. So beginning with the end in mind, we should all know and understand that the ISO 222 compliant coins is the end game, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know what that is, you haven't been here at my channel very long, because this is the end game. And what do I mean by end game? What I mean by end game is that the money that you have in your bank account right now and the money you have in your pockets, that's called fiat, which belongs to the fractional reserve monetary system, okay? Which came after the greenback system, which was a system of actual wealth. But once we got off of the gold standard, and once we allowed the central bank or the Federal Reserve to come in, but by the way, Federal Reserve is not federal. It's a privately owned company. So what do I mean? I mean that the ISO 222 compliant coins are going to replace the fractional reserve monetary fiat that you know into digital ledger technology, money, and or cryptocurrency. But this is a special kind of cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen, because we know of DeFi, decentralized finance. That's what DeFi stands for, decentralized finance. And in the beginning, when it was Bitcoin and it was kumbaya, we're all going to hold hands and be free and this, that, and the other, because cryptocurrency does indeed have the power to catapult you into financial independence, something that we haven't had that opportunity for quite some time. But the ISO 222 compliant coins are the coins that has developed a new partition to DeFi. And that, of course, is institutional DeFi, ladies and gentlemen. And institutional DeFi is, of course, where we're talking about banks, we're talking about enterprises, and we're talking about large corporations and institutions, ladies and gentlemen. So what does that mean? That means that millions, billions, trillions, and quadrillions of dollars will flow in those areas, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, you're still going to have your authentic regular DeFi, which is what we, the people doing, with our little, platforms that we have. But XRP, Stellar Lumens, and XDC will be the foundation of that. And then, of course, you got, the other ISO 200 compliant coins. But that is, pretty much the base. And if you look here, it says the ISO 222 is an international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions via SWIFT. That's not entirely accurate, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what SWIFT is the institution that it's an American institution, which is one of the reasons why formally, because of the Bretton Woods meeting of back in 1944, that was when America basically convinced all of the most powerful nations of the earth to place the strength of their dollar under the strength or under the umbrella of the American dollar, which is why America can impose financial sanctions on other countries and nations. And they used SWIFT to do that. Now that the petrodollar is pretty much no more, and now that XRP and digital ledger technology is not here, Swift is still looking for a way to stay in the game, but they do not have the power that they had, the all-inclusive power that they once had. They now have to share the table with the rest of us, and they don't like it. And of course, they don't like it because they had supreme power over us. But they no longer have supreme power over us, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that, I am here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, about or to educate you about cryptocurrency. But before we get started, no one understand that I am not a financial advisor. I am not your financial advisor. Everything that I say in this video is not for entertainment purposes. It is for educational purpose. And we also bring with that the esoteric teachings that coincide with this, because it's about wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. Get wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. Because once you have that, then you can take this principle of compound interest and you can use it for your own benefit, ladies and gentlemen. So before we get into that, I want to remind you guys, as I was telling a friend of mine the other day, we are not investing in cryptocurrency, okay? And we cannot allow ourselves to be emotional, okay? We must get in the habit of making good decisions that are not based upon emotion, but based upon firm research, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, because we are actually investing in a principle and or a concept, and that principle and concept is called compound interest. What gives compound interest its power? Well, the main thing that gives compound interest its power is the ability to bypass being taxed, ladies and gentlemen, which is why churches that don't get taxed, this is why they can afford to do a lot of charity, because all of the money that they receive from the people that are giving 10% of their yearly wages to the church, tithing, I believe they call it, you know, they have a lot of money because they don't have to pay taxes, nor do they have to pay property taxes where their churches reside. So basically, they have the ability to spread the love, if you will. So anyway, let's get back before we get to what is working. Actual DeFi platforms that are working, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to what is not working or that which has been hampered, ladies and gentlemen. And so the first thing we're going to look at here, as you're looking at right here, is we're looking at base rate. We are all waiting for base rate to come out and do its thing. And, you know, formerly they were pulse rate. And I even hear that, I don't know how true it is. I have to look at this myself, but I heard someone say that they were also involved with the EMP money team. I don't know how true that is. I have to look at that myself. I was like, I don't know about that one. But anyway, these guys are solid. These guys know what they're doing. but you could bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We formerly had, you see this 2 TVL down here, total value locked. It was previously just hours ago, about 48 hours ago, it had well over $1 million in the TVL, and it has declined rapidly because, as you can do, if we just look right here at TWAP. Remember, I did a video on this just yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and the TWAP, the time weighted average price, it's supposed to be at one. You know what I'm saying? It should be pegged to that one, okay? But they're trying to make a little bit of a comeback because I looked at this earlier and it was way down to 40 cents. And it looks like they're at 62 cents right now. Let me take a look at the cents there, ladies and gentlemen. But what's the significance of that? And the significance of that, first of all, you need to understand tomb and or tomb forks, okay? This is a tomb fork, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about that yesterday. If you want education on the tomb fork, I go over that in yesterday's video, so you need to go back and look at that. But when the native coin, and the native coin here, of course, is B rate, ladies and gentlemen. This B rate needs to be at peg, which is 1.00. And the shares coin, of course, is what we get paid out in, but we can also use it to reinvest if we like. And then, of course, you have the bond token, which now, like I said yesterday, we hope we never have to use it. And it looks as if we have to use it right now. So if anybody has any B rate, you need to change that into B bond to preserve the value of your coins until they can get it back to peg. And it looks like they're making headway with that because it went from 40 cents back to 62. So I imagine that this will be back to peg very soon. Okay. And even though the platform is hampered, you can still make money with this. Okay, just stay away from the B rate thing. And of course, the boardroom is down to it's not supposed to be operating at all. But I've heard that it was down to operation to about 40%. I don't know how true that is, but most tune forks, once the TWAP goes below $1 or 1.00, the boardroom usually doesn't function at all. So if this one is functioning at 40%, then more power to them because it's not supposed to be functioning at all. So what am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying that you can make money with base rate if you like. It's just that it's slightly hampered now because the TWAP has fallen below peg. But you can, if you go here into the staking area, if you wanted to do this, ladies and gentlemen, I would stick with the wrapped ETH and B share, the wrapped ETH and the USDC, anything that doesn't involve B rate, okay? Because B rate right now is hampered, because it's once it goes back to peg, hey, have at it. So that's that, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to take a quick look at that. Another thing that I wanted to take a quick look at is I wanted to take a look at something else that I covered, and I made a video because right after I made that video, ladies and gentlemen, it's like it just it's like within hours it just took a dump. And that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is a big whale. And yeah, let's go take a look at this real quick because big whale, they platform is down now. And obviously before I did this video, and it looks like they lost about $5 million from a hack. They released a statement about a hack, ladies and gentlemen. So you got your financials, you got your white paper. This is an emergency cease and desist order. And down here, if you go here to the docs big whale, ladies and gentlemen, if you click on this, they talk about that on Monday, October 9th, that they are looking to start trying to get people their money back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that will be nice if you get your money back, but don't hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. Just kind of put it in your mind that, you've already let go of whatever you had in there. I mean, I did. I was in there, and I don't know why, but, I didn't go to where I previously wanted to go, but this struck my fancy and it looked like a good thing. And it indeed was a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. And I really hope that they're telling the truth that they were hacked. Not that it really matters because the end result is the same, but it looked as if it was a really good thing that simply got exploited, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so you can go here and take a look at this refund program yourself. I'm not going to read it, ladies and gentlemen. If you had some money in here and you want to see if you could take a shot in the dark and see if you can get your money back on the ninth, go in here and see what they're talking about. Where I should have put my money, ladies and gentlemen, is I should have put it over here. I mean, I didn't lose much, you know what I'm saying? Because I just put one BNB in there and I was compounding my way up, But where I should have put my money is I should have put it here. I should have put it in the BNB miner. This thing goes way back, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, it has been flawlessly operating since 9/27/21, ladies and gentlemen. 927 days. 21 hours, and so on and so forth. Okay. So it's been operating a long time. And this is indeed a smart contract, ladies and gentlemen. And as long as there's money in the TVL, it's going to pay out because there's really nobody, behind this. You can go in here, you can read all about it, and Stunner Breezy talks about this all the time. And I was supposed to go into this a long time ago, and I'm about to. I'm about to go into the BNB miner here, and once I do, ladies and gentlemen, I will provide you with my referral address, and you can come in behind me or what have you. I'm just simply introducing you to things where if you want to improve your BNB or if you want to, expand your BNB, this is the one of the places that you can do it. Now, another thing that Stunner Breezy talked about was let me see here. He always talks about elephant money. And being that, you know, Bank Teller, the creator of Elephant Money, and Forex Sharp, the creator of the original drip on the Binance Smart Chain, they're kind of like arch enemies. They're always at each other's throats and they don't like each other very much. And Bank Teller has been, by his own admission, I'm not talking bad about people. I don't do that. My mama always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I try to follow it as much as I can. But Elephant Money, he has, by his own admission, and we've actually caught him doing things where we tracked his wallet and everything. Well, not me myself, but people in the community, where he was buying large shares of drip and then dumping them and trying to break drip. And he admitted, he's like, yeah, it was me. So but anyway, I don't think he actually succeeded. I think his attacks were just coordinating with something that was already on the decline. So but it looks as if drip is going to try and rise back up from the ashes because Forex Shark formerly said that he was going to wash his hands of the faucet and simply concentrate on the animal farm. And it looks now that he's going to go back and try and revive Drip. And I'll keep you posted on that, ladies and gentlemen. But after, that statement was made that the faucet would be no more, all of the people that was in Drip went right back into Bank Teller's hands and they all went back to, well, not all, but a lot of them went back to Elephant Money. And, they were professing it as, oh, the coin that only goes up. Oh, it only goes up. Oh, it only goes up. And for a while, that's what it was doing. And, but you must know, ladies and gentlemen, that anything that goes up must come down. Okay? So, I've seen that several times. I've seen that with a coin called Momentum, where they say, oh, it only goes up. Oh, it only goes up. Never, ever believe that magical thinking statement, ladies and gentlemen, because if that was the case, corporations like BlackRock and everything will abandon their beloved Aladdin AI bot and they would instantly go to that. So, yeah. So, don't Don't believe the hype, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, what are we here to talk about? We're here to talk about the Pulse chain. We're here to talk about the magic of the Pulse chain. We're here to talk about how the Pulse chain is delivering on the promise of DeFi. And what is the promise of DeFi? The promise of DeFi, ladies and gentlemen, is self-autonomy. It's trustlessness. It's most of all self custody. What does that mean? That means that I'm not giving anybody in those regards, I'm not giving anybody the keys to my crypto, and I can actually go and provide liquidity myself. I can stake, I can farm, I can do all of that. So let's just say you went to something like the Pulse X exchange. You could go here, ladies and gentlemen, and you could pick any of these farms and you could provide liquidity on them. And over in this one, on this version 1, you will receive the INC token, which you can cash in and change, swap it into something else, or turn it into fiat, turn it into Bitcoin, and sell it into fiat. There's a lot of things you can do, but the fact of the matter is that you're earning. Okay, so you can do V1 or you can do V2, where you will simply share in the profits of. Let me see here. How do I get to V2 on this thing? I'm usually on my phone, but so you got V1 here, but there's also V2 as well. And let me see if I go to the exchange. Now there's got to be a way here to go to V2. I'll figure that out at some point. So just take my word for it. There's a V1 and a V2, but the difference with V2 is maybe it's over here. Is this it? Yeah, there's V2 right there. All right. So with V2, you will not be earning the INC coin. You will only be earning the fees from the platform, which will expand your LP. And you could simply take the dividends off the top. And or the point of the matter is that when you provide liquidity on a platform like this, whether it's Pulse X, whether it's Pancake Swap, you could do the same thing on the Smart Chain. You could do the same thing on Unity. You could do the same bench. You do the same thing on BuySwap. Like there are a lot of opportunities for you to provide liquidity in which you have self custody, ladies and gentlemen. So when we have self custody, it means that we are in control and nobody can run off into the sunset. But now that we've got that settled, we're going to go and we're going to take a look at a lot of the wonderful things that are happening in Pulse Chain, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, Pulse Chain is delivering on the promise of DeFi. And the way in which it's delivering on the promise of DeFi is through the use of Pulse Chain. Now, the great thing about Pulse Chain is that what is the Pulse Chain? First and foremost, Pulse Chain basically is a replica or a hard fork of Ethereum, right down to the contract addresses of the token, which is why you can bridge coins from Ethereum directly in the Pulse Chain, and it will be the contract address will be identical, ladies and gentlemen. It's just simply being utilized. You can bring Chainlink over from Ethereum onto Pulse Chain, and they have. They've bridged over many assets from Ethereum already. And when the Pulse Chain first came out, anything you had on Ethereum was you automatically had a copy on the Pulse Chain, ladies and gentlemen. So it is indeed a mirror reflected image of Ethereum. And from what I'm seeing that's coming in the future, being that Ethereum is so ridiculously high in their transaction fees, it will not survive in the coming world of digital ledger technology as a payment system. I mean, who wants to pay $80 or $120 just to move their coins from one wallet to the other? It doesn't matter where you're moving it to. It's like it doesn't matter whether you're just moving it across the street or across the world. The fee is ridiculous, which means in industrial DeFi, where they're moving millions of dollars, it will not survive, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so even Bitcoin is rather expensive to move. They were just talking about a guy who was moving a few $1 million. and the transaction fee was $500,000. That's $500,000, ladies and gentlemen. So even Bitcoin will not survive as a payment system. It will be regulated to people transfers. It will not be, you know, used as a payment system. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is part one of the video of Pulse Chain. When we come back, we're going to get directly into Pulse Chain. We're going to go into Spark Swap. We're going to go into X Fusion. We're going to go into ATROPA, which is an ATROPA farm to cater to the ATROPA mystery system within the Pulse Chain. Okay. And one of the goals of the ATROPA ecosystem is to have their own stablecoin, which is PDI. Now, there's two different types of PDI. And if you watch my previous videos, you would know the difference. Is that one PDI is bridged over from Ethereum. That's already at $1 because it's bridged over from Ethereum. And then you have the PDI, which is the one that is trying to be used by the Pulse Chain as their own stable coin, ladies and gentlemen. And being that we have the ATROPA ecosystem doing its reciprocal spider web movement within all of these coins within that system, it has a very good chance of doing that, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because this is only part one. I don't want the video to get too out of hand here and too long, and you start to lose people and people start to fall asleep and say, hey, wake up. But we're going to come back with part two, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back for part two, we're going to get directly into the Pulse Chain, the magic of Pulse Chain, and the mystery of ATROPA ecosystem, and how we can use it to catapult ourselves into financial independence, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, this is the Sensei, Crypto Phoenix of Kong Tech Fu, reminding you to get this crypto.